Hey everybody, welcome back to an all-new episode of 10 to Life with me, Annie Elise. There is a case that is breaking right now. So many of you have been requesting it. It's interesting because while there weren't a lot of details in the beginning, then there was an arrest made and it seems like the details have been pouring in. I was waiting till I did an episode on this, to be honest, because I wanted more information to come in. I just wanted to have some more answers. But the amount of you who have been requesting information on this case, I knew I just had to jump on the mic and break it all down for you. It is one of the strangest cases that we've heard in a while. And you know what? I'm going to just say it. It's given me FOTUS Doulos vibes, 100% through and through. And if you don't know what case I'm talking about, don't worry, I'm going to break it all down for you. But if you do have an idea of what I'm talking about, I'm going to just confirm it right now. Today's case takes us to Manassas, Virginia, and we are going to be talking about Mamta Kafle Bhatt. So let's get right into this, guys.
This is 10 to Life with Annie Elise.
Good morning. It is 7:15 a.m. and I am going to take you with me on my morning routine. Now, I have shared with all of you guys how I drink Beam every single night to help me fall asleep and stay asleep, but I'm going to share with you my life hack that I've been gatekeeping. I also drink Beam every single morning. It's no secret that I DoorDash just about every meal. I'm definitely never getting my greens in. I barely ever eat a vegetable in my life, so Beam Greens has changed the game entirely for me. I drink it every single morning, and you can see I'm almost out. I need to get some more. Step 1. So it's a comprehensive blend of 14 essential greens. You just take 1 scoop, which, look, I'm down to my very last part of it. Put it in your water and mix. These greens help with immunity, energy boost, stress levels, all the good things. And like I said, I never eat a vegetable, so it helps ensure that I'm getting all of my greens that I need for the day. And unlike other brands on the market, there's no fillers, no artificial flavors, and no synthetic colors. What you see is what you get. So it's a simple step for me to ensure that I'm being healthy in the midst of all my unhealthy habits, and it tastes amazing. See? And right now, in honor of Labor Day, Beam is having one of their biggest sales of the year. Just click my link below or scan my QR code on the screen and get up to 40% off. But this deal is only available for a short time and the discount is automatically applied at checkout. So go be healthy with me and get your greens on. I need to go order more of this. On August 1st, 2024, 28-year-old Mamta Kafle Bhatt did not show up for her shift at the UVA Health Medical Center in Manassas, Virginia. She didn't tell her coworkers that she wasn't coming into work. She didn't call in sick. Nothing, just didn't show up. So of course, her coworkers were concerned, to say the least. This was unlike her. But their concerns grew even more so when Mamta didn't show up the next day either. So then they called the Manassas Police Department. They asked them, hey, can you conduct a welfare check on her? Can you go check her house? Make sure she's okay. This isn't like her. She's never just not shown up to work, not called, not given us a heads up. So when the police visited Mamta's house, they were greeted by her husband, Naresh. And he told them that she wasn't home. But not only that, he actually told them that he hadn't seen her for a few days. But what was weird was he wasn't worried at all. Now, Naresh claimed that Mamta left the house often, that she would sometimes even be gone for weeks at a time. So he said it really wasn't that unusual. It wasn't the first time that she had just, quote, disappeared. He also told them that her passport, her green card, some of her clothing, it was all missing. He also claimed that she probably was just going to Texas or New York visiting family. Naresh said he wasn't going to even report her as missing because he really just wasn't that worried. This is something that she did relatively regularly. So the police determined that Mamta was probably okay, and they left. But Mamta's friends were worried. The last time that her coworkers even saw her was on July 27th, her last shift at the hospital. And the last time that any of her friends even talked to her was July 28th. And then remember, August 1st was when she missed her first shift. So it was days now that had gone by since anybody had heard or seen from her. Mamta also posted a TikTok on her page on July 28th, but she hadn't posted anything else to social media since then. She was also pretty active on social media, regularly. So this was just another thing that stood out to all of her friends that something wasn't right here. Now, on top of that, Mamta and Naresh, they have an 11-month-old daughter. And Mamta would never just leave her newborn daughter behind without a word, without any sort of indication as to where she was going. Even if she was visiting family, she would have taken her daughter with her. She was a very loving, caring, and responsible person. She definitely wouldn't miss work without telling anyone. She absolutely wouldn't leave her daughter. So something was wrong here, and her friends and her coworkers, they knew it. So a few days after that welfare check, on either August 5th or August 6th, there are some conflicting reports about the exact date, her husband Naresh finally ended up filing a missing person report for Mamta. And he claimed that the last time that he saw her was on July 31st. He saw her right there at their dinner table, they were having a meal, but then he hadn't seen or heard from her since. Now, after Naresh reported Mamta missing, police looked into her disappearance more. But that's when they realized that something was really wrong here, because they looked into her phone records and they found zero contact between Mamta and any of her friends or family. Yet Mamta and Naresh had been in constant contact with each other, often. Every day there were numerous phone calls and text messages back and forth between the two of them. But then on July 30th, all of those calls and all of those text messages stopped. But then the next day, records show that Mamta's phone was near a body of water, particularly in a county in Virginia. Coincidentally, Naresh was in that same area as well. However, he said that he was just at a cafe in the area, and that he was able to prove that he did go to that cafe. He wasn't by this body of water. Now, sometime during the day, while he was in that area, Naresh's phone turned off for about 2 hours. And the next day, on August 1st, the day that Mamta didn't show up for work, that's when her phone died. However, on August 3rd, Mamta's phone briefly turned back on and it made one phone call. Can you guess who that phone call went to? Naresh. Then, the phone turned off again. Obviously pretty shady, right? A lot of different red flags. Now, Naresh's explanation to all of this was that Mamta had destroyed her own phone before she decided to, disappear. But the police weren't buying it. They felt like something really bad had happened to her. So they ended up changing Mamta's missing status to involuntary critical missing person. So basically, the police didn't think that Mamta just left on her own to go visit family at this point. They started to think that something much worse happened. And those suspicions grew when they found out that Mamta didn't even have any family in Texas or New York. In fact, she didn't have any family in the United States at all. So that story about how Mamta had just left to go visit family, perhaps Texas, perhaps New York, it wasn't even true. It wasn't real. It wasn't even possible. Mamta and Naresh were both originally from Nepal. It's unclear how they exactly met, but they eventually convinced her parents to let them marry each other because they were in love with each other. Some people are claiming that their marriage was arranged, but Mamta's parents say otherwise, so I don't want to speak too much on that. But in any event, after they got married, Mamta moved to the United States to be with Naresh. At the time, Naresh was working for the U.S. military. Originally, Mamta told her parents that she would only be in the United States for a year, then she would move back to Nepal. But Mamta really had other plans. She was a nurse in Nepal, but her license wasn't valid in the United States. So she decided that she wanted to go back to school after moving to the U.S. She received her U.S. nursing license, and she became a pediatric nurse. And even when she became pregnant, she worked almost her entire pregnancy. She was such a dedicated nurse, guys. She was a dedicated wife. She was a dedicated mom. She really just put everything into whatever she did. She was loving. She was gentle. She was kind, caring, just, so warm to be around. But according to some of her friends, Naresh, not so much. Naresh was apparently a very controlling husband. When Mamta originally came to the U.S., one of her friends even remembers that Naresh would hardly let her leave the house. She would go to school, she would go to work, but then she was required, hear that, required to come back home immediately. Now, at first, Mamta's friends thought that this was because he was nervous about her being in this country that she wasn't familiar with, that maybe he just wanted to ensure that she was safe and taken care of and looked after. But as time went on, his behavior apparently got a little more weird. He would yell at Mamta if she would ever leave the house, even just for 5 minutes. He would even yell at Mamta's friends if they ever wanted to take her out. And the times that they did go out, Naresh would text Mamta's friends constantly, asking where are they, who are you with, what are you doing? And he would always insist that she could only be out for 30 minutes, that's it. Anytime that this would happen, Mamta would just kind of brush it off. She would tell her friends that he was just worried about her, that everything was fine, he just loved her, was caring for her, was concerned for her. But some reports say that Mamta would also then come to work with bruises. And there are reports that before Mamta moved to the U.S., Naresh, his mom, and his sister would all three beat on Mamta. According to a news station in Nepal, Mamta's parents said that the couple used to fight a lot. In fact, this was something that Naresh even told police officers when they first visited his house on August 2nd for that welfare check. Apparently, he told the police that he and Mamta, they fought often. He claimed that they were thinking about divorce, but they didn't know how to move forward because some of their relatives would look down on them if they did in fact separate, if they did divorce. But then, when news started coming out about Mamta's disappearance, there were posts that she had made to a private Facebook group that were released. Now, this group is specifically for separated, divorced, and single moms in Virginia, Maryland, and also in the D.C. area. Mamta made multiple posts into this Facebook group. And in one post from February 16th, 2024, she wrote, "Hi, I have a 6-month-old baby and I'm in the process of separation. I work 2 days a week and my husband is not helping to take care of the baby. He's saying that if I leave the baby with him, he will send the child to custody. Is it possible? I need help for childcare. I need help from social workers and need some advice." In another post, she wrote, "How to file that we were living together and I don't have money now to." He withdrew all of the money from the joint account. Now, there is a lot of conflicting information about whether Naresh was working or not. After leaving the military, he worked in IT for the government, but it seems like he recently lost his job. Mamta was the only one making any money. And in multiple posts from that Facebook group, she claimed that Naresh would purposefully take all of her money so that she was left with nothing, making it impossible for her to leave. Sounds like systematic control, right? It's emotional abuse, allegations of physical harm, it's manipulative, it's financial abuse, all of the things. Also, in 2024, the police were called to Mamta and Naresh's home. This call was for disorderly behavior because Naresh apparently took Mamta's phone and refused to give it back to her. So now, suspicion of Naresh, it was growing, and Mamta's friends were spreading news of her disappearance everywhere.
Morning, a desperate search for answers 2 weeks since a young Manassas Park mother was last seen. This is 28-year-old Mamta Kafle Bhatt. Friends have organized searches hoping to bring her home, but they say they have concerns about when she was reported missing. Marcella Robertson is live outside Manassas Park Police Station with the latest on this investigation. Good morning, Marcella.
Wisdom, good morning. Yeah, Mamta's loved ones, they gathered here at the police station yesterday. They have been trying to spread the word and really pass out flyers, trying to get the community involved and aware of this case. Mamta has an 11-month-old baby girl that is at home right now. I want to walk you through the timeline and details of this case. But first, I do want to take a moment and see if you can look at your screen here for just a minute. Take a look at her face. These are the pictures that her loved ones have put out in hope to spread in the community. Mamta, again, has been missing for 2 weeks now, 2 weeks since anyone has seen or heard from her. She was last seen on July 31st. 5 days later, her husband reported her missing, according to police. Now, yesterday, we also learned from police that they actually conducted a welfare check at Mamta's home on August 2nd after some concerned colleagues of hers reached out to them. Now, police haven't said where Mamta was when she was last seen, but we do know that she did not have a car. This week, again, loved ones, they have been gathering here at the police station. They have been organizing on social media, trying to get some answers. Take a listen.
There's an 11-month-old daughter that's left behind, and everybody here is like well-wisher, hoping that we can find her, unite her with mom with a kid, and see their happy faces again.
She is the best mother in this world. It is very, very difficult. I'm like very devastated. I'm like so sad, it has not been, a single day gone without, sleepless night.
So a lot of people in the community, even strangers, but certainly loved ones concerned about Mamta right now. Again, an 11-month-old daughter that she has left behind. As far as the case in police, they say that they are investigating all possible circumstances in this case. Meantime, loved ones, they plan to have several more searches, one later today, another larger search is planned for tomorrow. And they say they plan to conduct those searches in wooded areas nearby. But again, they've just been handing out flyers, a lot of them posted at local businesses here in the area, and really just hoping to bring this mother home and to get a resolution to this case. Back to you guys.
By this point, Naresh also was not cooperating with the police, really at all. He was sticking to his story that he last saw her July 31st in the evening at the dinner table, that he didn't know where she went after that. She must have just taken off, disappeared.
About your wife, what has been going on the last couple days, weeks?
Yeah, it's been very terrible time, like we are just, like my baby and then myself, we are just waiting minute and second, every minute and second, just waiting like to get the, I don't know how to explain.
How are you doing?
I don't know. I'm like frustrating,
How long have you guys been married? 3 years, you said?
Plus.
Talk to me about your relationship. What, the last couple of months, how have you guys been?
Yeah, it's been like, very good, like, since like 2 months, like before that, one time we have like some arguments because, yeah.
Do you want to grab her?
Yeah, can you hold that?
Yeah, of course. Hi.
So I don't want to put her on the camera.
Line of events, obviously there's been a little bit of discrepancy in the day you last saw her. Talk to me about the last time you saw her.
In the evening of the Wednesday, we were here and then we ate together. Yes.
What did she say? What was she like? Did she...
We don't have like any type of that. It was like normal day, like other regular days. Just, like, we were taking care of our babies. It was like very normal.
Did she say anything about leaving?
No.
So how did you realize that she was missing?
She wasn't fair at her work, and then she is very focused on her work, and then once we know she is not at work, then that makes very serious to me, and that's how I don't know what I supposed to say.
When was the last time you saw her?
A Wednesday in the evening.
Okay, and then what happened after that? Did she leave? Did you leave?
No, just she was working on the kitchen, after eating dishes and then stuff like that. I just went upstairs with my baby.
Okay, and you went to sleep, or?
Yes.
Okay, and then what happened next? When was she supposed to go to work that night?
Yeah, we work early in the morning. Yeah, about 5:30, around 6 we supposed to leave from the home.
But she left the night before.
No, Thursday supposed to she at work. On Thursday she's supposed to at work.
So Wednesday night though, what happened there? You went to sleep. Where was she?
Oh, so she was working in the kitchen, and then right there, usually if I have to work, I go there, and then sometimes in the morning we do not disturb because of the baby, who is not working, we do not disturb to another person. So keep taking care of the baby, and then slightly left the home and then go for work. That's what the regular schedule is.
So she never came to sleep though.
Yes, he came. I heard noise, something like that. She came. She was here doing dishes and then stuff like that. I heard that. Some type of noise, but you don't pay much attention like that, because that is the regular schedule.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you didn't normally sleep together at night?
Oh, we do sometimes, if we have work, sometimes, if we feel more relaxed, we go there is 2 separate areas.
Gotcha, okay.
And then sometimes, one sleep on the floor, and then sometimes, another person sleep on the bed. Usually we do not want to disturb our baby. That's why, we try to, minimize our noise, stuff like that.
Gotcha. Okay. So police came to the home, and what did they say to you? Because you didn't initially report her missing. Why is that?
On the next day,
Okay.
when on the first day when she did not come at home in the evening, and then I check around, usually where she go for hang around and then stay for with the friends. Just I check from the outside, and then I thought she went before, something like that. So I just came back and then sleep with the baby, and then next day once I wake up, little bit later, I was working in the kitchen with the babies, and then police say like, she's not at work, she's at home. Then I realize very seriously. Then I, talk to police, and then I say like, stay here, just talk to police, and then why she did not, at work, this and that, and then I really start, and then I say like, I'm gonna file it. So police suggest me like, just if it happens before, search around. And then if you are like tired of searching, you can file it. And then very next day, and then I text to the police officer, hey, like I already searched everywhere. And then he respond me, in the text message. And then later on, like, it's a long text message. He said like, okay, now you can, officially file it, call 911. And then that's what I did after that. And then, yeah.
Has she ever gone missing before?
What do you mean?
You said to me on the phone that she's left before.
Yes.
Talk to me about that. How many times? What were the circumstances? Did you call police?
No, at that time we never called police. Like at that time altogether 3 times, she went out. At that time she has a demand because our parents were here, and then she say like, she wanna send parents back, and then she wanna stay only with 3, our baby and then ourselves.
Okay. But this time she didn't leave with the baby.
No. No, before as well, like, baby, she always leave baby here. She do not take the baby.
She never took the baby?
Yeah, no.
Okay. Did she leave with any belongings? Did she leave with a car?
No, most of the belongings are here, but like, her regular stuff, paperwork or stuff like that, like she usually put her on a bag, stuff like that. Other than that, most of the stuff are here.
So somebody at the press conference today said that her passport was missing.
Because, like a passport and then stuff like that, because she started new job here, and then usually she put on the bag, and then passport is not here. Because on the passport there is a stamp, which work as a work permit. That's why maybe like, she took with her.
I know some people got pretty upset with you today. What is your message to them?
Just like, be calm, like help. Our main focus is help finding my wife and my baby's mom, and then cooperate with the police, and then, like just go in a positive way.
Do you have any idea where she could be at this point?
Yeah, wherever, like, I have doubted, I already, personally, I carry my baby, and then personally I went there, and then I already take a look.
Where would that be?
Falls Church, and then other places, yeah.
You mentioned to me on the phone that you're the one suffering tonight. You mentioned...
Yeah, I'm the sufferer one. I'm the sufferer. My baby and then myself, like we are suffering the most.
What do you say to her if she's watching this right now?
If she is watching, come back, whatever is the issue, like we can fix it. Please.
Did you guys have any sort of fight before?
No.
Nothing.
No.
Did you hear the people at the press conference today talking about
Yeah,
how...
I was there with the baby, but like I stay for like, hour or something like that. After that, baby is keep crying, so somebody dropped me off here.
You don't know where she is at all? No idea?
No idea.
Thank you for speaking with me. I appreciate it.
Naresh also wasn't involved in the search for Mamta, though. He didn't help put up any flyers. He was pretty much just keeping to himself. Now, he told some people that the reason behind this was all because of his high security clearance IT government job. But again, he supposedly lost his job.
Would you mind sharing with us just some words about helping you out to find her, share flyers, anything like that?
What do you mean?
Just like obviously your wife is missing, and I'm sure you're worried about it, and to kind of get the community to, if they see her, to give a call, anything like that. Would you be ready to share some words with us?
Yeah, either call to the police or like any of our family or friends.
Yeah.
Anybody.
Could you tell me that maybe just on a mic, just to say like reach out, please help us out. I'm sure you're probably really concerned after all these days. It's been 13 days, and I know you have a little baby daughter.
Yeah. So should I I don't know, should I authorize to come on the media or not? Like I need to ask something and then I can come back on the media.
Oh, so you don't want to do it now?
No.
Okay.
Because I did not ask them.
Oh,
so I need to ask them. So I'm not authorized or I'm authorized.
I mean, I think it's up to you whether you want to get the word out.
First I'm gonna ask.
You want to ask police?
Yes.
Okay.
Because I'm not on the social media, a lot of stuff coming up. So this and that. So I don't want to say anything until concerning either a police or some.
Well, we're only using what police has put out. That she hasn't been seen
right
since.
Now, so I don't want to disclose everything because the investigation is going on. So
Okay. Could you, I mean, one word, I mean, did you, why did it take so long for them to put something out?
I don't want to say, you know, like you can ask them, so I don't know.
Okay.
I don't want to go that yet.
Okay.
Because, you know, I'm not, you know, like I'm suffering from a lot. So,
I know, yeah, and we're obviously trying to do our part because it's been so long, and we want them to help find her. You know, like I know you have a 10-month-old. There's a lot on your plate right now, but you know, just anyone's message to help her bring her home if they see her.
That's the message.
That's the message.
Yes.
Okay, to help her bring her home. So you wouldn't want to just say, if you see her.
That's the message. So, you know, like I don't want to do something wrong, you know, so that, you know, like, you know, somebody say like, you know, hey, why you just go? No, I don't want to talk to the media. Like, you know, I don't want to be the bad person. Like, you know, hey, why you talk to the media without the person?
I don't think it'd be. I don't think it would be bad just to say.
You don't think, but like, you know, you don't know.
But the message is you want them that if you see her, if you see.
Ask them either, like,
Okay, it's up to you.
No, I'm not. I'm not okay right now. So, you know, I need to know everything plus, you know.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
No. I mean, I'm not getting into anything that was on social media. Yeah. I wanted, obviously, just as a husband, you wanted to be like, hey, I'm concerned about my wife.
Can I get you like
yes.
something?
Then on August 21st, a bombshell happened. Police issued a search warrant for Mamta and Naresh's home. When the police arrived, the home was in complete disarray. Naresh had packed multiple suitcases. Officers discovered that he sold his Tesla. He also sold other belongings, and he was even trying to sell his house. Not great, right? A lot of red flags. It looks like he was trying to flee and get some quick cash. Naresh claimed that it was all because he lost his job, and now he was trying to cut down on expenses. But the police definitely felt otherwise. Then, when the police searched the couple's bedroom, they found that the bed had been moved and it was blocking a closet. And when investigators moved the bed, they found pink stains on the carpet. Looking closely at the carpet, they were able to tell that it had been scrubbed hard very recently. So they removed that portion of the carpet, and when they did, they found a large blood stain on the subfloor. The blinds also had been removed from the bedroom windows, and investigators found the blinds in the closet with multiple blood stains on them. There were minuscule drops of blood also found on other areas of the carpet, but a clear indication that there was some sort of crime scene that took place here, right? Possibly. Now, before the search of his home, investigators also had discovered that on July 31st, Naresh went to a local Walmart and he bought 3 knives. He also bought cleaning supplies. He bought Lysol, carpet cleaner, and air freshener. So now when the police were at the home searching the home, they were looking for some of these items, but the police only found one of the knives, one of the 3. But they also found the bottles belonging to all of that cleaning supplies. And get this, the bottles were almost empty. So thinking that the house had been cleaned, police decided to use Blue Star forensic testing kits all throughout the house. But mainly they focused in the bedroom. Now, Blue Star is similar to luminol, but arguably better. It lights up any area that previously had blood on it. And as I'm sure you can imagine, the bedroom lit up like crazy. It was glowing bright blue. And the bathroom that was connected to the bedroom, it was even worse. It looked like somebody had bled profusely in the bedroom and then was dragged into the bathroom shower. The bottom of the bathroom shower, it glowed this intense color of bright blue. The same day as police executed the search warrant, they held a press conference where they finally did confirm that her husband Naresh was a person of interest in Mamta's disappearance.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Mario Lugo. I'm the Chief of Police for the City of Manassas Park Police Department. I'm here to provide a statement of what events and what led up to the events of today. The Manassas Park Police Department would like to start by expressing our admiration for the outpouring of compassion from the community on Mamta's behalf. We would also like to extend our appreciation to those in the community, both in the United States and Nepal, for their efforts and their outcry at this time, who have dedicated their time, volunteered their efforts. While I acknowledge and respect the public's concerns for answer, I assure each of you that although these answers are limited by this continuing to be an active investigations in process, this investigation remains a top priority for the police department. and our agency. And our agency remains committed to providing details as we are able. With that being said, I would like to share the following information. To this point in the investigation, our investigators have executed over 10 search warrants and conducted hundreds of interviews related to this case. This includes the search warrant that we executed this evening that you are aware of at his residence. My staff continues to work tirelessly and follow up every lead, which we have received hundreds of leads on this case. Additionally, I would like to encourage the community to continue providing any and all information that might assist us with this investigation, and to take this opportunity to thank our local, state, and federal partners who continue to support us in this investigation. This investigation is ongoing, it's still active, and we're making progress. Once we have information that we can provide to the community, we will do that. We have had several meetings with community leaders from the Nepali community, and we will continue to have those on a weekly basis or daily basis. I know the media and the community wants answers, but at this point, I'm not able to answer certain questions, and that's why I'm providing this statement. I want to thank everybody for coming out, for continuing to keep this case in the spotlight, and we will continue to investigate this investigation. Thank you.
That's it? Chief, is there any questions? Something more. Mayor, do you want to say anything? Yeah.
Okay, look, the search warrant is going to take another 3 to 4 hours to complete. When I get the information, I will provide that. My goal is that once I have that information, I will provide it to the community of what was located. 3 to 4 hours before they're done.
We're going to wait here.
Okay?
We're going to wait here.
But I'm not sure if I'm going to have the full answers. We have asked outside jurisdictions to help us with the forensics on this, so we got to wait for them to provide us the answers.
Is there going to be next
I was hoping, I don't know when they're going to have the report to me, but I got to wait for them to tell me when. If they're going to do it tonight, I don't know.
Is she dead or alive? She's alive or she's dead?
I can't answer that right now, sir.
Do you have a person of interest, Chief?
He is a person of interest.
The husband?
Yes.
Husband's person of interest.
He's been a point of interest, and everybody knows that.
As of when?
As of, I don't have the dates in front of me. But yet again, as soon as I have more information, my goal is to, at the latest tomorrow, is to provide a statement of what was, if we can disclose anything from the search warrant tomorrow, okay?
And
Thank
he's
you.
still cooperating?
So what's the purpose of calling us here?
No, the husband is not cooperating.
Husband is not cooperating. Who's taking care of the child? Chief, can you describe what makes him a person of interest? Chief, who's taking care of the child?
The next day, on August 22nd, 3 weeks after Mamta was reported missing, Naresh was arrested and charged with a felony count of concealing a dead body. Police believe that Naresh killed Mamta in their home around July 30th, then dragged her body out of the home and then hid her body somewhere. They have yet to find Mamta's body, though, but they believe that they do have enough evidence to link Naresh to her death. On Monday, August 26th, Naresh appeared in court for his bond hearing. His court-appointed attorney claimed that there wasn't enough evidence to link Naresh to the crime. The lawyer claimed that the only real blood that was even found was those tiny little droplets on the carpet, and that they could have come from anything, like a nosebleed. His defense claimed that the only reason that Naresh was even arrested was because the police felt pressured to do so, all because of the media attention around the case. However, the prosecution brought up that Blue Star testing, the phone data that they found, the fact that Naresh was selling all of his personal belongings almost as if he was trying to flee, and they also brought up Google searches that Naresh had made months prior. He made these searches on his government-issued computer, and the Secret Service were the ones who found these searches and brought them to the Manassas Police Department. In one search, he asked, "How long does it take to get married after a spouse dies?" In another, he wrote, "What happens after the death of a spouse?" Also, debt after spouse dies. So ultimately, Naresh was denied bond because he was considered a flight risk and a danger to the public. His next court hearing is scheduled for late October. Mamta's friends and family have created a GoFundMe to support her and her family. And currently, her daughter is with a very trusted caregiver, which, thank goodness, he's nowhere near Naresh or his family. I mean, thank goodness, especially if all of those allegations are true regarding his family also inflicting abuse. Mamta's mother has also received an emergency visa and is making her way to the United States. But devastatingly, Mamta's body still has not been found. I think it is safe to assume that this will be a recovery, not a rescue, which is always very heartbreaking to say and to come to that acknowledgement. But at least if her body is recovered, her family will receive some answers. They will begin to hopefully have peace in all of this. I hate the word closure, but peace in moving forward. And of course, that would mean that these charges and more charges, I'm sure, would be to come for Naresh, but that these charges at least would stick and that there would be solid physical evidence, a body, evidence tying him to the crime. And so I'm hopeful that they are able to find Mamta. But as I said, this case is breaking right now. So as soon as I have updates, I will definitely let you guys know. So make sure to subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed already, and I will definitely keep you in the loop on this case. Please continue to keep Mamta, her daughter, and all of her family in your thoughts and prayers as the police continue searching for her. And let's hope that Naresh is held accountable to the maximum extent possible. Thank you guys so much, and until the next one, stay safe.